Shalom. Welcome to my channel, The Hebrew Bible. This is Moses Gumadi, and in this video we'll talk about Phinehas. Phinehas the Zealot. Pinchas the Zealot. It comes from the Parashat Pinchas, which of course begins with Numbers chapter 25 verse 10 onwards. Let's read the Hebrew text here. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, he said, Pinchas ben Eleazar ben Aharon. So this is Phinehas, as we call Phinehas. Pinchas ben Aharon HaKohen Heshiv et Hamathi me'al bnei Yisrael. He has returned or turned around my anger upon the children of Israel. Who is this guy? Phinehas. He was the son of Eleazar, the priest, who in turn is the son of Aharon, that is Aaron, the high priest, Kohen, the priest. So he was Aaron's grandson, a young man. How did he turn away the wrath? It says here, Bekan'o et kin'ati. Bekan'o et kin'ati. It is translated as while he was zealous for my sake. What kind of jealousy is this among them? And I consume not the children of Israel in my jealousy. Velo chilithi et bnei Israel bekin'ati. That is my jealousy, or my zeal, really. You see, the same word is translated as jealous in zeal, so we'll come to that one. Let's read the next verse. Lachen emor hinneni noten lo et brit shalom. He's saying, wherefore, say to him, behold, hinneni, noten lo, I will give to him et brit shalom. I will give to him a covenant of peace. Actually, et brithi shalom. Brithi means my covenant. It's not just the covenant of peace. It's not brit shalom, but brithi shalom. That is my covenant of peace. Vehayata lo ulzar'o, and he shall be, for him it shall be, and for his seed also, acharav, after him, brith kehunat olam. It shall be a covenant of eternal priesthood. Because Tachat asher kinne la Elohav, he was kinne, that is zealous for his God. The word here, kinne, kof nun aleph. He was intensely jealous, zealous. There are two words used, jealous with J, also with Z. They obviously both mean different in English, but in the King James Bible they have used both the words to represent the same Hebrew word. I mean, this word, of course, it's a separate study, but it essentially indicates an intense feeling, intense zeal of any kind, good or bad, sometimes used for envy and jealousy, etc., sometimes a very strong, passionate, intense feeling, even when it is righteous. Okay. The same word, kof nun aleph, kinne, in a different form, bekan'o. That is the form that's used in the previous verse that we read. It means in his zeal. Be is a preposition. It could be in his zeal or with his zeal, because sometimes the preposition beth can be translated as with, but primarily it is in. Bekan-o. So kan, here we are not pronouncing the shva. This last bit here with a vav and cholam is a pronominal suffix, which is what makes us translate this one in his zeal, in his zeal. So in is here, his is that vav, and the zeal is the middle bit. Okay, this is how the Hebrew words are formed. And the other one is kin'ati. Kin'ati is my zeal. So this last pronominal suffix with the yod is again, it means my. Kinnati is my zeal. Comes from the root, of course, kofnen, kof nun aleph. I'm saying that kof nun aleph, it means to be zealous, to be zealous. Okay, right. So what was this zeal all about? In fact, if you read Bekan o et kinati, if we translate it literally, in his zeal with my zeal. So it's like his zeal was the Lord's zeal itself, and he has sensed the zeal of the Lord and executed that zeal with his own initiative, so that God would not consume the children of Israel in that very zeal, which is translated jealousy, but again it's the same word, bekinate, here kinate. Okay, so see that word zeal and the jealousy. Okay, it's a strong feeling, strong, intense feeling of judgment, mostly, but in some cases it is envy and jealousy as well. It depends on the context. Now, what happened? What is this zeal and where was it directed? So, in the previous parasha, we looked at Balaam, the son of Beor. He basically he was called to curse the children of Israel. He couldn't curse. God turned it into a blessing. And so what he did is that he put a trap for the children of Israel. He sent through, of course, Balak, Midianitish women who basically seduced the men of Israel and got them into worshipping the idol Baal Peor, which we can talk about it later on, the most disgusting form of idol worship, that is. And they got into it because also the kind of sexual sins and activities that were involved with it. And so one guy, the Simeonite, the chief of the Simeonites, we read, say, Nasi Beth Av la Shimoni, Simeonite. So the Simeonites, the house of the father, the patriarchal house of the Simeonites is what we read here. Beth Av, that is the patriarchal house. He was the prince of the patriarchal house of the Simeonites. Who is this guy? Zimri. And what did he do? He got one of the very important young women, maybe the daughter of a key guy among the Midianites. Her name was Cosbi, and he got her into his tent. And he saw this. Phinehas saw that. He took a spear and smashed them both with a single thrust. So both were killed. And that's the act which God commended. People, of course, there was a discussion about it. Why there was no court trial, why were they not brought to the elders, etc. So that's a separate discussion we can have about it. I think some say that if you read the text carefully, it says that he got up from the congregation, the Edath, which is in fact the Sanhedrin, the 70 elders, and 70 elders or whoever the elders were there, Moses and Aaron, Hur and other people. And a decision was made, and that's how he executed. That's how some people interpret it. But otherwise, some people say that it was a spontaneous passion of righteous anger, and he went and basically finished the work, which otherwise would have been also executed, even if it has gone through the right channel or proper channel. In any case, so what is the result? God promised him great things. Well, he said, I will give to him my covenant of peace. Brithi shalom. My covenant of peace. And it says, Brith kehunat olam. Olam. That is, it means the world, or it means a long age or forever. Kehunat olam. So everlasting priesthood. That's the covenant of everlasting priesthood. Brit is the word for covenant. So we talk about this word in circumcision. They call Brit Milah, because Milah is the word for circumcision, and Brit Milah is the covenant of circumcision which God made as an everlasting covenant, Brit Olam, with Abraham in Genesis chapter 17. That is with, of course, the children of Abraham, physical descendants, and those who join the congregation from outside, whether they are born in the house or bought with the money. That's what it is written. And so all those guys were circumcised as a part of the covenant, and that covenant pertains to the grant of the land. Okay, so it's very clear, and that's called Brit Olam. Now, sometimes this word is used as a synonym for the circumcision itself, Brit. But basically this word means covenant, Brit. And Brit Olam is everlasting covenant. Kehuna means priesthood, because Kohen is priest. Kehuna, actually, there's a dagesh. Kehuna is priesthood. Now, this Brit Olam and Brit Shalom, covenant of peace, is actually mentioned again in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 26. We read here, V'charati lachem Brit Shalom Brit Olam. Yehye otam. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them, and it shall be an everlasting covenant with them. So I will set a place for them, multiply them, and set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore, he says. Ve'hirbeiti otam. Ve'natati et mikdashi. My mikdash, that is my sanctuary. Betocham leolam. I will set up my sanctuary, my mikdash. You see, this word mikdash is basically the word for the temple. Beit HaMikdash means the house of the sanctuary, which is the holy temple that was there in Jerusalem. We call it temple in English, but basically the Hebrew words for it is Beit HaMikdash or mikdash. So mikdash, mikdashi means my sanctuary. Betocham means amongst them or in between them, and Betocham leolam, forever. So we can talk about the covenant, the everlasting covenant, various forms of everlasting covenant that are there. Several of them are there in the Hebrew Bible. We can talk about it in a separate video. We can also talk about the word kof nun aleph kana. That's that intense feeling of zeal and zealousy and jealousy and envy, all of them put together. What is that word? God himself is called Elkanah. So I'll try to make separate videos on those topics later on. But for now, I think we have reached the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon. Please do share if you are able to. That will be really a helpful thing. Thank you very much.